My dear student, welcome to my online class. Hope you are well by the grace of Almighty. Today I am going to discuss about Chapter 4, Agriculture and Climate. Lesson 7, Ecological Zone, AEZ. Bangladesh is predominantly a land of agriculture. Bangladesh is mainly an agriculture country. Almost all types of crops can grow in Bangladesh, so we can produce all types of crops all over the Bangladesh, but all crops do not grow in all areas of Bangladesh. But there is one distinction is that, but we cannot produce all types of crops all areas in Bangladesh, but is vary from place to place. Cultivation of crops depends on the environment of a given area. So the environment plays a very important role to produce the crops in area. So it is necessary to know area-wise and agro-environment to design the agricultural activities. That means to produce the crops in the different areas and different crops, we need to know about the environmental agro-based agricultural activities. That means an agroecological zone is an important aspect in agricultural activities. We can understand this. Ecological zone plays a very important role to produce or to cultivate the crops in different agricultural activities. We know that in some part of Bangladesh it rains heavily, while other parts receive the light rain or no rain. So that in some part of the Bangladesh there is a heavy rain, but some part of there is a light rain, no rain, and somewhere temperature is high in order to places it low and soil it also different in a different area. Some part of the Bangladesh and temperature high temperature, some of them are low temperature. Soil also different from the area to area to area. All this constitute the agro environment, and on basis of this, and the government, the agriculture institution constitutes the different agro environmental region. For a favorable agro environmental, mango grows well in Rajshahi, lychee in Dinajpur, tea and orange in Srimangal, and date grows well in Jashore. So on this basis of the soil and climate, Bangladesh has been demarcated in the 30 agroecological zone. So we will see on the basis of agroecological zone we can produce grows in Rajshahi, and then you can produce the more lychees in Dinajpur and tea in orange in Srimangal, and date grows well in Jashore. Agroecological zone in Bangladesh. Lastly, in 1988 to 1989, and in 1988 and 1989, Bangladesh has been divided into 30 agroecological zones after Upazila level laterally. So in the year of 1988 and 1989, the Bangladesh Agriculture Institute has divided into 30 agroecological zones up to Upazila level and the later part of this year. For agriculture production, crops and selection, and intercultural operations, control and management of disease and pest in agroecological zone is taken into consideration. For basis of production, crop selection, and intercultural operation, control and management of the disease and pest, and in the area basis there is a different type of disease and attract of the insect, and agroecological zones is taken to the consideration. To determine agroecological zone, and certain things like a land, agro-weather and soil water situation are taken into consideration. Their main consideration is a land, agro-weather, what type of environment is there, and soil, what type of soil is it, and water situation, is it highland or lowland, and taken into the consideration. Each of this factor can be classified. Again, land is classified in 5 categories. One is high, very highland, mid lowland, lowland and extreme lowland. And agro-weather may be divided into the free Kharif, Kharif 1, Kharif 2, Rabi and extremely hot weather. This is weather plays a very important role in the agriculture productions. Availability of water and moisture is given priority while demarcating agroecological zone. There also plays the more important roles of availability of water and moisture. The water in year is given the priority while demarcating agro when identifying under different agroecological zone. And besides this, the river basin and other national water reservoir are taken into the account. Along with this, there is taken the river basin and national water reservoir taken into the account. And consideration factor for the soil classification are sandy, cloy, and loamy, and their combination like sandy loam and clay loam, and so on beside and phase of the soil. And there is also the classification of soils and plays an important role to divide into the 30 agroecological zone. Lesson 8. Crops variety as per agroecological zone. And due to the agroclimate environment, we notice the dominance of a particular crops in some area, though rice and soda, wheat and potato, etc. are grown in the almost all agroclimate zone. On the basis of agroclimate zones, there is a different variety of the crops we can produce, but some are specific we can produce in throughout Bangladesh, and rice, soda, wheat and potato, and etc. and so on and so forth. And agroecological zone 1 consists of Dinajpur, Panchagod, Thakurgaon district, and particularly crops in the region are lychee and mango. In this agroecological zone 1 is consist of Dinajpur, Panchagod, and Thakurgaon. We can produce in there is a lychee and mango. Nowadays we can cultivate there is a tea. And agroecological zone 2 include the strip of the sandy land in test area. This is the removal of sandy land in test area. This area includes some area of Nilphamari, Lalmunhat, and Kurigram. This specific crop of this region are groundnut and corn, a kind of cereal. And agroecological zone 3 and 4 taking the Rangpur part of the Bakura, and characteristic of the region is the tobacco and vegetable are grown here. Agroecological zone 3 and 4 is in Rangpur, and part of the Bakura we can produce more in tobacco and also the vegetable. And agroecological zone in 5 and 6 include the Salanville area, some lowland area of Atrai and Punarhava, a river, and which is situated in district of Naga, Natur, and Savannah Workmans. Land used to manufacture the patti and can produced are a specific crop of this use, and watermelon and garlic and being cultivated widely nowadays. An agroecological zone in 5 and 6, and which is consist of Naga and Natur and Savannah Workmans, where we can produce the patti and can. And nowadays we can produce the watermelon and garlic. Agroecological zone in 7 takes in a strip of the sandy land and river Brahmaputra in the district of Kurigram, Gaivanda, and Sirasganj. Particular crops in this region are groundnut and pumpkin. In the agroecological zone, which is consist of the river Brahmaputra and district of Kurigram and Gaivanda and Sirasganj, we can produce here in very much groundnut and a pumpkin. Agroecological zone 8 covers the riverside area of the Brahmaputra. This includes the some area of Sherpur, Jamalpur. And agroecological zone in 9 encompass, and that means include the Sherpur and Jamalpur, Tangal, and Mymensingh area. Special crop is agroecological zone 8 region is water chestnut and panifal, and almost all kind of crops grow in the agroecological zone and 9 region. And we in the main crops in agroecological zone 8 water chestnut, and 9 region agroecological 9 region we can produce in all types of crop. Agroecological zone 10 extend over the sandy steep area of the Padma. Groundnut is the main crops here. And agroecological zone 11 is the water fed areas by the old Brahmaputra, and cotton is the characteristic crop of this region. And 10 is extended area of the Padma, steep extended area of Padma, where we can produce the more in groundnut. And but agroecological zone 11, which is extended over the Brahmaputra, and where we can produce the more in cotton. And agroecological zone 12 and cover the river bank of Fatma, and this region produce the crops and like a broadcasted almond and farm, and we can produce the almond, rice, and farm and coastal area of the Kullav. And agroecological zone 15 cover the Ariel Quagmire area, and broadcast almond. Bona almond is the main types of crop in this region, and this field we can produce the more crops, almond crops. And agroecological zone 16 extends over the middle Meghna area. From land is a mid high area. Crops include the potato and banana grows in this crops. And agroecological zone, which is a middle part of the Meghna area, but in this area we can produce the more potato and banana. Agroecological zone and 17 and stands included the border area of Noakhali and Kumila, and general crops including the groundnut and maize and grow here. And in agroecological zone, and which is encompass or includes the Noakhali and Kumila, in this area we can produce the more groundnuts and the maize. Agroecological zone 18 cover the low area of the bhula and coconut and betel leaf are the special crop here. Eastern Mekna area comprise the ecological zone 19. In ecological zone 19 cover the low area of the bhula, from here we can produce the more coconut and betel leaf. And agroecological zone 19 what consists of the Mekna, and broadcast almond is the particular crop that grows in this region. And Tengor, however, belong to the agroecological zone 20. And Boru rice and production and fish cultivation areas situated here. In agroecological zone 20 is consist of the Tagur hour, but from here we can produce the Boru rice and fish also. And agroecological zone in 20 includes the bank of Shurma and Kushiara. This zone includes the main area of Sunamgals. And this area, the production area of the Boru rice and fish and vegetable, and northeastern fort of the hilly. So in this area we can produce agroecological zone in 21. This is Shurma and Kushiara. From here we can produce more Boru rice and fish and vegetable. But agroecological zone in 22 is a northeast fort of the hill belong to this zone, and this includes some part of the Natruguna, Shunamgons, Molavivezar and Silet. Arka plum and lemon and orange and cassia betel leaves and other crops in this region are special, and from this region we can produce more lemon, orange and cassia betel leaves. And nowadays in agar is belong cultivated in this area. Agroecological zone in 23 includes over the coastal area of Chittagong and Cox's Bazar, and betel leaves and exhibit the characteristic region and coral island of the St. Martin belong to the agroecological 24. And agroecological zone is 23 includes Chattogram and Cox's Bazar, and agroecological zone is 24 include the St. Martin. And there is the main crop is the coconut is the main crop here. All Himalayan Piedmont plain land area 2 is an active tista flooded or an inundated land area. Tista Mindra flooded land area. Karatua Bengali flooded land area. Lower Atra Basin area. Lower Punarbhava flooded land area. Active Brahmaputra and Jamuna flooded land area. Young Brahmaputra and Jamuna flooded land area. Old Brahmaputra flooded land area. And active Ganges and flooded land area. High Ganges River flooded land area. Low Ganges River flooded land area. Ganges tidal flooded land area. And Bill area of the Gopalganj and Khulna, and 15 aerial Bill area and 16 middle Meghna River flooded land area. Lower Meghna River flooded land area. Young Meghna estuarine and flooded land area. Old Meghna estuarine and flooded land area. Eastern Shurma Kushiara flooded land area and Silat Basin area, and northern eastern Faida Mountain plant area and Chittagong coastal plain land area, and the San Martin coral land area, and plain Bering tract and high Bering tract and northeastern Bering tract and Madhupur tract and northern and eastern hill area and in Akaura terrain. There is in 30 agroecological zones, and which is an agroecological zone, and 25 and 26. And 27 includes the Bering tract area of Rajshahi, Bakura and Dinaspur. Almost all crops are grown in highland of this area. And 25 and 26 consist of the Rajshahi and Bakura and Dinaspur, and then from there we can in this area we can crops on almost all types of crops. And agroecological zone 28 it stays over the red soil zone from Madhupur to Tesgaon of Dhaka and Shaltree, and grows here, and jackfruit and pineapple also crops here in. And in the 28 we can produce more Shaltree, jackfruit and pineapple, which is consist of the Madhupur and Tesgaon of Dhaka. Agroecological zone in 29 includes all other hilly areas, and zone includes the hill areas of Rangamati, Bandarbon, Khakrasuri, Chittagong, Molavi and other districts. And this special crop in here is tea, and red soil of Akora belongs to the agroecological zone 30. And major crops in the region are thistle kraut and cockerel and Mokondapuri guava. And the main purpose of giving the details is to inform the Bangladesh and has immense diversification in agriculture, though it is in a small country. However, ecological zone 3, 9 and 11 and partially 16 are open agroecological zone because of the various crops and like rice and green in this zone. Bangladesh is called in Golden Bangladesh. Your homework is, and do the X. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.